Hi guys,
Hi everyone.
you're welcome to our YouTube channel.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
If this is your first time on our YouTube channel, we say welcome. We're glad to see you. You're in about the best place you can be at the time you're watching this YouTube channel.
Yep.
For those of you who are old or returning subscribers, we say thank you for always coming, for always showing up. We love you. You guys are the best. You are the best things after sliced bread.
Woo!
Yeah. I said. Okay, no, you are the third best. My wife, my daughter, my children, and you guys. But one of the
right now,
it's not
you
about,
guys are the
now you are the shit.
I'm telling you.
You are the shit. When you are in the place, we smell it everywhere. You understand, but anyways, that's not what I'm talking about now.
Pastoring does something to people.
Anyway, so today we're doing something special.
Yeah.
Before going to what we're talking about, my name is Wethetizas.
And I'm Wethetizas.
And together,
we are the Teasers.
Yep. We are the teaser. So welcome to this video. Today we're going to be sharing so we're doing something interesting.
Yeah.
My wife and I are going to be sharing
what really matters in a relationship.
What really matters in a relationship. Now, of course, we're using our own experience as for example, as an example.
Yeah.
But I haven't been married for 6 years and known each other for 7 or more. We want to speak about certain things we feel are so important now.
Yep.
Of course, 10 years from now, that's 16 years into our marriage or so, we believe that these things may change because human beings evolve, desires change.
Yeah.
But we believe that within this period of 6 years, these things we're about to share would help even you who is about to make a decision, or you who is even in a relationship or married, to appreciate the things that your partner is doing that you may not be appreciating or taking lightly.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to be taking turns.
Yeah.
So first on our list,
ladies first. So 3 things that I appreciate and I've seen that really matter in my relationship so far. The first on my list has to be spiritual responsibility. I am so grateful to God that my husband takes his position as the priest in our home. That is, we are used to the concept of praying mothers, but in the idea of God and the institution he created, the men are supposed to take responsibility. So that's why they are called the head of the home. So I'm very grateful that my husband takes his place as the head of the home. Like in my Bible, I don't know if you've heard this story before, but before I got married, I was single. I wrote at the back of my very old Bible many years back, I wrote 3 things that I wanted in a man. And the second thing I wanted was responsibility. My husband sees it. He's responsible spiritually. Like if there's a problem, our first response, let's pray. You see him staying up at night praying. You see him locking himself in the room to pray, to get situations sorted out. I appreciate that very, very, very much about him. And it has even led me more in the direction to also take responsibility spiritually. So if there's an issue, we all know the first route is God. God is not our last resort, he's our first resort. So I appreciate that about my husband, the fact that he takes spiritual forefront. The second thing that I appreciate and I love so much about my husband is our teamwork, our partnership, his sense of value, his sense of contribution. So you know how we say that, marriage is not 50-50, marriage is 100-100. That's what we enjoy. I like the fact that he doesn't see it as if this is your responsibility, this is something you should do. It's partnership, it's teamwork. And then he's so hands-on, still on this point, he's so hands-on in the home. Look, let me just give you a very practical example. So I gave birth in December. At the time of this recording, this is February 10th or so, or 9th or 10th. So this is February and I gave birth in December. Obviously, our first child, Judah, resumed school in January. I have never for once taken him to school. My husband sorts out what he's going to eat. Obviously, most times there's meal prep. So maybe he just has to microwave or warm something or something simple, But I've never taken my son to school since I gave birth. He does everything, takes care of him, baths him, does his assignments, everything you can think of. Even with our daughter, he's helping out. He's doing everything possible that can be done to just relieve the stress off me. And you see, when I was thinking about this just stems from the fact that he's compassionate and he has empathy. So he's not thinking, me, I'm doing so much too. After all, I have a job. After all, I have to preach. After all, I have this and that to attend to. No. But he's thinking, what can I do to make things better for my wife? So I appreciate that about him. Not just the selfish thought, but the fact that everybody is included in the desire to respond to. So I appreciate that about him. The fact that he's a great team player, a great partner, a great hands-on father, a great hands-on spouse is great. Let me just tell you, baseline. I used to say, well, up to now, my top love language is quality time. Quality time is great, but if you have somebody who is sitting down with you and spending time with you and not helping you out, it will be a problem years from when you get married, because you have a lot of things to do. You have times where you need somebody to hold the fort for you while you do something. It's very important. So I appreciate the fact that my husband is 110,000% hands-on in the home. The last but not the least, this list is too short, but for the purpose of what we're doing today, the third thing that I would like to say I really appreciate about my husband is the fact that he pays attention and he listens. There are worse feelings, but it's terrible to feel like you're speaking and nobody's listening. It's terrible to feel like you're trying to communicate or pass a message and somebody's not understanding. But my husband pays attention. There was something he got for me for my birthday in December. I just casually showed him. Truth is, I didn't even think of it that, let me use that to tell him that this is what I want so that he gets for my birthday. I just saw something beautiful and I said, this is so nice. It's like something that I already have, but in a different color, a color that I like. And on my birthday, I just saw a gift coming, and that was it. So the fact that he pays attention, the fact that he's attentive to my needs, to my desires, to when problems arise. Do you understand? So I appreciate the fact that my husband is a great listener. He's a great, in fact, support system, in the sense that he's thinking about, the thing is, what this does for you is that even at the times when you don't want to ask for help, because he knows, he just steps in. So it reduces the burden of you feeling like you have to always ask, please do this for me, please do that for me, please can you get this sorted out for me. Something like that just happened this morning. I just told him of a desire I had. I wanted to do something for our son, and before you know, the man did it. So I was we're just talking about it. So the fact that he pays attention, he knows, okay, these people, my wife takes them very seriously, so I have to accord the same respect because he's paying attention. He knows that, okay, this thing, it was terrible the last time, I cannot afford to do it again. So that is very important, because like I always say, a person who makes progress is one who measures growth. And in the sense that you look back and you see what worked and what didn't work, how can I improve? So that's how my husband is. He pays attention, he listens, and I really, really, really appreciate that about him. No matter my rants, no matter how long I talk, he's listening, contributing. So that's what I appreciate about my husband. Can I add more, baby? But it's okay.
So the first thing I appreciate about my wife more now that we are a few years into our marriage is the fact that my wife is empathic. Empathy. Empathy is so important in any form of relationship. So this is what I mean. That is having or feeling what someone is feeling, or putting yourself in someone's shoes whenever there's a situation or circumstance. And it helps for a man, For example, there are demands people can make of you, and they want to go through your wife. And because your wife is not empathic, she can say, okay, no, I'll get him to do it. But if she's empathic, she will get them to understand that my husband would prefer to not do this way. And then there are instances where maybe she has a genuine need, but then what we have is sufficient for just some other things that are more important than what she wants, or not even as important. But then she takes this step back and says, let's get this sorted, I can't wait. So that's my own feeling, that's one of the satisfactions I have, that my wife is empathic. So even when you are you're going through a hard thing, not just for me, for anybody around, it's easy for us to just simply say, this person is in trouble, can we help them? Do you know how difficult it is for a pastor? That's what I do for a living. That's my call. For a pastor to not be able to show help or concern to people because your wife is very stingy. There are people that suffer. The woman is like, no, we cannot do that, She's not. So, including the fact that she's a person of faith, she's empathic. You just feel people's pain and you can relate to it and you want to help. And that's why she's doing an amazing job with the Place Women's Conference. Place Women's network, group of women that do a lot of things, not just ministerially, but helping the needy, helping the oppressed, helping, I will add some of the pictures around, but there are a lot of outreaches they go on to help people in need. So one of the things I love about her is empathy. And the second thing I love about my wife the most, I appreciate about my wife. Now, there are so many things, but it's that my wife is forward thinking. Now, this is what let me give you a very simple example. We're talking about how we wanted our children to be brought up. We wanted to be more deliberate in bringing up our children in a godly way, And I was trying to, one day I was thinking, how would I come up with a, declaration for my son? I just woke up one day, I heard this boy giving an affirmation. Oh, I said, me too, I feel joy for this affirmation though, because if I do, I go better my life, And I appreciated it. I appreciate it so much. So just that ability to take initiative. I mean, there are instances in this house, of course, Paul says, I've learned to abound and abase. There are times where things are not so good, and she just thinks, okay, what can we do? Do this, do this, do this. And boom. You see, the one that is more forward thinking to me is saving for too many things in future. For me, even though I'm learning to do better, most times, what I would do is solve the need now and say, and I believe that it's he who is alive that can face another trouble in future. But my wife can, we too can start saving 1K, 500, just to add, plan for things ahead of time. For me like this, when the trouble is hot, I'll just go and lock myself, kabash, for hours, then money will come. This one I was already saved, and she has planned, okay, this is what we have to do. She's putting me in check and all those things. So most times that's what she's able to do, and it helps for you as a man because you don't need to think about so many things. You just trust that, okay, if this is the case, my wife is going to handle it. Sometimes I even forget to do Judas' assignment, even now that she's nursing her daughter Jasmine. But then she's like, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? Even though, the night before, she was talking about how I take Judah to school, prepares lunch and everything. But most times the nights before, she has already said, this is what's going to happen, or she has kept it aside so that once I wake up, once I finish praying, I just pick it up, set everything together, bathe him, so that forward thinking mindset can help for a lot of things, even for ministry, especially for what I do as a man is very important for your purpose. Yeah, so I have a lot to say about that, but because of our time. And then the last but not least,
7:39.
stop it. The last but not least, and I saved the best for the last because I cannot leave without saying this, is that my wife has a genuine relationship with God. Now, in fact, there was a period in our marriage. I told her now, I said I was confused. I used to say, God, I know that I pray more than this woman. Not that I was not thinking in a self-righteous kind of mindset, but I just felt like she would just bumble. I take advantage. Let me just say, in short, I take advantage of prayer of agreement a lot because I know God loves us all, but I just feel like there's something personal. Not I feel, I know there's something personal about my wife and God. Listen, every one of us has a deep and personal relationship with God, but there are certain things I can't say, but I understand where that special treatment comes from, and that's one of the things I appreciate. Just knowing that your wife has a genuine relationship with God, just like you, and even better with God, is very amazing. So there are instances where, for me now, most of the things I do, I use a faith approach. Pray, study the word, so that these things will come. For my wife, she uses an intimacy approach, just love on God. I'm not trying to say I'm not intimate, don't get it wrong. I did love my Jesus, but I appreciate that when I look at my wife, I can see someone that has a genuine relationship with God, that the work of God or the presence of God in her life genuinely or really affects her life. So her decisions, her actions, while we married for 6 years, my wife has never raised her voice against me. Never. It has never happened. Never happened. Sometimes I can be very expressive. I don't raise my voice. I have a loud voice naturally. So I can be talking and So I just, maybe when I start, I just feel like, okay, she's going to respond back harshly. She'll just, sigh. You know what, I'll face this, I'll come back to this again. Then she will take her time, then come back later, as I was saying before. So I appreciate that because it helps me for the part where, maybe tempers are flying, maybe I've been under so much pressure, then issues that I thought are irrelevant or are not necessary to come up in that time are coming up and be a major distraction. So I like the fact that she has a genuine relationship with God, and it is evident, it shows. So yeah, there's so many things, but yeah, this is where we'll stop. We just thought to share with you guys. Okay, so yeah, we're done with that session.
Yes.
Jasmine was
somebody thought to join us.
Baby girl. So yeah, so that's it. We cannot share so much, of course, because of our time, but we're glad that you joined us through this video session, this shoot, and you've learned a thing or two. So as we said from the beginning, for those of you who are married, have not seen or sat down to do something like this, to evaluate your relationship, this is one way you can evaluate your relationship and know know for truth the true value of a partner. Because some of you have treasures with you, but you don't even know.
Exactly.
And this is how to also, for those of you who are single, you can use opportunity to know what matters. That's why I'll take time to explain how it's important in our marriage. So you can give a guide on what to look out for.
Exactly.
For this Valentine, we have something special coming. We're going to do a vlog and something else. Just watch out, you will see. So thank you guys for watching.
Please make sure you subscribe.
We're begging.
Yes, we're asking. This year we must get to thousands of subscribers.
With your help.
So make that happen.
Thank you
Share
so
this
much.
to your loved ones. Leave a comment what stood out for you. And if you've watched up to this very time, baby, what emoji should they drop?
Drop a heighten a fist.
What is the proof of this? That he listens to me when I say I want to watch Korean film. He watches with me.
I've been colonized.
Yes, so leave.
But it's common knowledge that
a muscle
sign that you got to this point.
Yes.
Heighten.
Yes. And we'll do our very best to comment one back to you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
Make sure you share to someone that needs to see this.
Yeah.
A married couple, a single person that is interested in learning about marriages. Just let everybody know. Even if you don't know anybody, just share. Say, I love these people. I want people to know them.
Yeah.
You love us now.
Yes. We believe you do.
So let us know in the comment section.
All right.
God bless you.
God
Take
bless
care.
you. Beautiful, baby.
Do you have faith? 'Cause I found faith when I found you. Do you have faith?